What is up, guys? Today we're at episode 6 of Days. It just felt like yesterday the series just started. In just that amount of time, 6 weeks have already passed. But nonetheless, I'm hyped up for each episode each week. And it makes me feel good on every episode. So in this week's episode, we get a little introduction into who Idou is from Saku High. As we all know, he is the captain, as well as Kimishita-senpai, the forever angry 24/7 angry senpai of Seisaki. So starting with Idou, we find out that he is actually quite the funny guy. Like, this guy is a really lighthearted, a very comical type of person, but the minute he approaches the field, his whole demeanor changes. Like, this guy becomes a beast, a demon on the soccer field, and we get to see a little bit of his play. Now, probably when you was watching this episode, you would have thought, okay, he's playing around with Tsukamoto, because he takes him to like a recreational center, like that's on top of a building that family and friends, kids and children, anybody of all ages can go there and just play do all sorts of activities. And they go there to play a improv game of soccer, where they just pick up like different sets of people, and they have like 5 people on each side, and Tsukamoto's on one team and Idou's on the other team. And for the entire game, you're thinking, okay, if this guy is such a demon, why is he playing around with Tsukamoto? Of course, this gives a chance for Tsukamoto to see what his opponent will be like. And also, it's been implied that these two teams, Seisaki and Saku High, will meet up with each other within a month's time for the Inter-High Championship. So long as they beat their opponents within the intervals, these two teams will, without a doubt, it's practically destiny by now, that these two teams will match up with each other and come head to head and try to see who will reign supreme against each other. Remember, these are rivals, so rivals will one point in time have to face up against each other. So as the game is going on, we're thinking Idou is actually, holding back on Tsukamoto, which Tsukamoto comes and approaches him and telling him as such. And it's really actually the opposite. It's actually Tsukamoto who's taking Idou non-seriously, because the minute Idou came into the game, he was intending to win. But when Tsukamoto was coming there, he let his guard down because he felt comfortable. He got comfortable with his team. He got comfortable because of the atmosphere, and that's why he's not trying as hard as he can to win. And he also explains, Idou explains that, if I want to win, I will win. If it means passing to my teammates, I will pass. If it means dribbling, I will dribble. And if it means kicking into a goal, I will kick that ball into the goal, so long as I win at the end of the day. And I will win. I will do all these things that has to be done. And this opens up Tsukamoto's eyes, making him realize that, in order for my team to win, I have to be as open as I can in order to secure that win. And it causes him to even enjoy the game even more by the end of the day. And also, he exerted so much energy that he ends up, falling asleep. Now, we all know that Mizuki and Idou has some history with each other. Mizuki comes to bring Tsukamoto home because he has fallen asleep. We don't know how Idou ended up managing to get his phone number, but that's for another discussion another day. And he's telling him, basically, it was almost like, I'm being like a show off in a sense. Like, I know you, and I know you have a little leg problem, and even if you do improve within a month's time, I'm still gonna beat you. Even if you improve Kazumi even more than where he is right now, I'm still gonna beat you. But I'm not so sure about Tsukamoto. And that got me so happy. Like, he does not know what Tsukamoto will be like if they, nurture him right, like lead him in the right path. Like, once he is capable of doing more what he is doing right now, we don't know how much of a threat just his presence alone, once he steps foot onto the soccer field, how much his presence will be noticed by all, both his teammates and his opponents. So you can say that he's very interested, but you can also tell that, like, there's that, I'm going to be able to recognize you, and just possibly a tint of fear of knowing the unknown when it comes to Tsukamoto. And I just love how all these characters are coming in, are recognizing Tsukamoto for what he can become and will become in the near future. I mean, this guy has already been said that he will become the captain within 2 years' time. So it's only a matter of time. It's just a matter of him being led on the straight path. Now, coming to Kimishita, we all know that he's a very angry, like, yo, this guy is angry 24/7. Like, I don't know, like, he looks like he needs to concentrate and everything. And of course, I didn't like him in the beginning because, I mean, he's being rough on everybody for no reason. And, I mean, this guy loves soccer just as much as anybody, but I guess he's just, it's just very hard for him to come by to approach that. Possibly some people may not have liked the way he approached Tsukamoto, saying that he will never pass to him. He's only going to help Seisaki to win. His job for being there is just to help them to win. And you come to better understand that as when their team is having a practice match amongst themselves and they're playing the game. And while they're playing the game, Tsukamoto realizes that Kimishita is not passing the ball to him at all. And the reasons for that is because he does not want him to pass. And it makes him remember back to that mini game that he had with Idou, showing that if he needs to pass his teammate and his teammate wants that ball, he will pass it to him. And it makes Tsukamoto realize, and possibly we all realized that before, but Tsukamoto, while yes, he has endurance, he's going to need more than that. Yes, the soccer field is huge and you need to be able to have the endurance, be able to run back and forth, because sometimes some players are not always switched out, so they have to run for that amount of time. You're going to need a lot of leg strength and stamina and endurance to be able to do that. But at the same time, that's not the only thing that soccer is known for. Soccer is also known for dribbling, for its passes, and also, if you're capable of doing it, be able to score into the goal. And you know, Tsukamoto has to be able to learn how to do these things, because if not, it doesn't matter how much he's capable of running, he won't be of use and won't be as reliable to his team as he thinks he initially thought in the very beginning. And basically he will be like a sore thumb within his team and not very useful. So even though we all know he was not going to secure that goal, and we all had secondhand embarrassment seeing that, it was still good to see that he able to gain the trust of Kimishita in order for him to want to pass him, when initially we heard that he did not want to pass to Tsukamoto. So we're going to see that how in each episode, you know, obviously Tsukamoto is going to try and improve in other areas in order for him to become a better player for soccer. Now, next week's episode looks like it's going to focus on Kazuma. And if you never realize, each episode somehow along the lines focuses on at least one or two characters within the show. So for the most part, probably next week we're going to focus on Kazuma, and then we're going to see, you know, another possible game, or focus more on Tsukamoto and how he's going to improve within a month's time for the inter-high games. So if you saw this week's episode of Days, please do tell me in the comment section below on how you felt about it, your opinions on it, how you are going to feel for next week's episode. The links are in the description box, so you guys go check that out. And I'm Kimishita of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye!